Welcome to EdHelp's How-To session, where we'll be guiding you through one of the university's new central services. Now, I'm going to share my screen, and then we can begin. Now, as opposed to me talking at first, I'll just present an EdHelp video, which can give you a good introduction to the service. So I'll play that just now.
EdHelp brings your frequently used student services together, providing help and information all in one place. You'll find everything you need, from learning and study resources to getting IT support and help if you're in financial difficulties. You can even download or request important documents, such as your certificate of matriculation or council tax and bank letters. Ask EdHelp anything. If the team can't answer your question straight away, they'll make sure it's answered for you. So why not check out EdHelp today, online or on campus, and spend less time searching and more time learning.
So that is our EdHelp video, which you'll have noticed covers a couple of things. One, what the service essentially is, and also some of the unique branding of the service. So where to begin? Essentially, EdHelp has been created to ensure that you have the best possible experience as a student when you need help and support. So it covers topics from, on a really high level, library, IT, finance, and administration. What do these mean? Well, in more detail, it means these essentially, and this includes EdHelp's portfolio. So it can support you with help and information, and for example, learning and study resources here means items like finding books, ebooks, journals, or even borrowing audio and visual equipment. And I'm just going to cover a couple of these. So funding, scholarships and bursaries, so that's support if you're in any financial difficulty. IT help is any IT support, and then document and letter requests is for downloading important documents. Such as your certificate of matriculation or your council tax and bank letters. So all of this has been made in mind, and for, with a background of myself as well, I'm actually just a recently graduated student. I graduated in May, and this is a service that has been developed with students and by students for students. So we want to ensure that this service is providing the best possible information, help, support that students can get. And it is going on a journey, so you'll see EdHelp developing throughout your time at university and when you begin. And I think as well, with the current circumstances, it'll be a fantastic help to you all. So if you're also unsure whether EdHelp is the place for you to go, EdHelp staff will always point you in the right direction, or own your query as well. So you'll always get the help you need. So if you're ever in need of anything, go to EdHelp and you'll always get the support you need. EdHelp can be found online and on campus, and whether some of you will be venturing onto campus this semester or not, I don't know, but we'll start off with the on-campus support. So there are two on-campus sites. There's one at the main library at George Square and the others at the Norrin and Kenneth Murray Library at King's Buildings. The latter you probably come to know as King's Library. You also know that if you are coming onto campus, that these sites are EdHelp branded too. So keep an eye out for example, these characters. So you'll see the character in the top left corner, and probably as well throughout the video and some of these slides so far, you notice some unique characters, and that's EdHelp's visual. So if you're wondering, where is EdHelp, keep an eye out for the visuals. So let's go to this next page. And when you are on essentially on campus, you can visit EdHelp and you can speak directly with a member of the EdHelp team, and they will either answer your query there and then, or they'll log it on your behalf so that can be answered behind the scenes. So that means you'll always get, again, the support you need, and you don't have to worry about, where your question is at a certain stage. It's all being handled. And then by the start of term, EdHelp's going to have its own live chat. And, again, given the current circumstances, if you'd prefer not to speak with a member of staff in person, or again, we suspect some maybe like queuing issues, you can basically just chat with a member of the EdHelp team via the live chat from wherever you are. So there's plenty of different ways you can access EdHelp. Now, just go into online. So if I just go on this. Okay. So this is the EdHelp landing page. And, you know, I'm just going to say you should probably favorite this website because you probably end up using it a lot. And essentially, it can be accessed via 2 access points online. Now, the first is simply typing in EdHelp, for example, Edinburgh University on Google. And you click there and it takes you to this page, and then you can launch EdHelp here. Again, there's the video that I've just played to you, and there's some extra information here if you just wanted to find out a little bit more. But everything's been covered so far. So you go on launch EdHelp, it takes you to this page. Now, the second access point is via MyEd. If no one's aware of what MyEd is yet, I'd really recommend it from a student perspective, because as a student, you will use MyEd every single day. It's basically where you can access, well, that didn't work out as I planned. So it appears that MyEd is going under some sort of service reform by the looks of it. Never mind, you can access it via MyEd, and when MyEd is back online, you can check that out. And really, I would honestly take the time to familiarize yourself with that. And essentially, it's where you access your courses. Anyway, this isn't a MyEd session, this is an EdHelp session. So, for your own benefit as well, we're now on the EdHelp website, and if you're wondering about what you might need to get ready for start of term, you can check out also our FAQs here. So you can use it almost as like a readiness checklist, so such as connecting to the university Wi-Fi or downloading Microsoft Office 365 for free, which is one of the offers from the university. And then if I just go back to the main page. These are all our categories of support. So again, I kind of covered this in one of the slides from earlier on, but there's a bit more detail here. And again, these have been created with students to ensure that you roughly know what is going to be behind each of these folders. So for example, if you wanted to find out information about your student cards and you wanted to just know what it was, there we are. What is a student card and why do I need it? You can click on that. And it takes you to this, we call them knowledge items, but as a student, it's just basically an information page. And yeah, it's just got all the information you need to know. And then alternatively, if you weren't really sure, so if you went on to this page again and you're kind of like, oh, okay, well, rather than searching here, for example, I can just do student card, type it in here. Bear with me, everyone, my internet is actually quite slow today. There we are, not too bad. And then you have, for example, these are my previous questions. So this was to card access. So you've got 2 categories. So this is where the knowledge base is with all the items of support you can get regarding student card. And then you can also check any past questions you have if someone has given you an answer. And you can check, okay, well, I need to check this over and then remind myself what the answer was. So if I go on, say, show or search results, again, there's that one here where, how can I get a student card? Just loading that. There we are. So again, we're back onto this page, and again, you have all the knowledge here, and it'll be telling you like where, how you can get a student card. And if you felt that your question you had to take to EdHelp was more, say, unique, or you didn't find the information you needed on this page, at the bottom of every single information page on knowledge item, you can also raise an inquiry directly with the EdHelp team to get the support you need. So, for example, this is titled, what if I still need help? So if you still need help, please complete an EdHelp inquiry form and we'll contact you. So click here, it takes to this form, it loads up. And then the first line, again, is just making sure that you've been through the necessary steps, which we have at this point. And then you go, yes, I have. And then it just wants to find out what kind of support you might need. So, normally it's something to do with not working properly. That's normally IT related. And then if you need to ask a question or request help, that's pretty much anything else. So if we click on ask question or request help, and then you'd fill out the detail here. You can even attach files and documents to make sure that the operator on the other end can answer your question the best to their ability. And then that's attached, everything and filled. And then you can press submit. And then once that's happened, it'll go to the EdHelp team and they'll get back to you as soon as possible. And then you'll also receive a confirmation email with a number so you can track your query. Again, so you always know where your query is going to be at the necessary steps. And again, you don't have to worry about this once it's in the hands of the EdHelp team. They'll always direct you to the correct information, and they'll always resolve your query for you. And then again, if I go back to the main homepage, just go back. They'll eventually, by the start of term, there'll be a live chat function, as I've already mentioned, but it'll also feature here. And then you can chat with the EdHelp team members there. For example, if you didn't want to come into on campus, or if you didn't want to have to browse this information right here. So yeah, there's plenty of ways to get support via EdHelp. And that brings me to the end of my presentation, which now, thank you for all the compliments and thanks. Really appreciate that. And honestly, you'll, from a student perspective, you'll have a fantastic time at university. And, you know, I really wish I could be in your shoes again, you know, going all the way back to that time of kind of fear, wonder, and excitement. So yeah, I really hope you all have a great year. And thank you.